After a couple of lovely days snorkeling at Lady Musgrave Island, I headed through the Capricorn Group, which is a series of beautiful coral islands. And this landed me in Heron Island, where I'd spend the night before heading west over inland towards Hummocky Island. This is very well protected from the south. This trip was by far the largest and furthest distance from land I'd done so far. It was pretty daunting, but also exciting. Well, broad reaching with the trade winds is sick. Just got a full head sail up. I can't be bothered putting the main up because I'm doing 5.5 knots, which is perfection on this boat. The hull speed on this is like 6.2, and so it's usually around 5.5 knots that I reef. I start to think about reefing because it soon gets out of control after that. But it's just this lovely 15 knot wind. It's so consistent right behind me, and it is rolling around a bit, but that's fine. I'm just chilling out. So these, I've forgotten their names, but these are little guys that live on the islands. They live on Lady Musgrave, they live on Heron, all those kind of islands. And they own David Attenborough because the islands they live on have a tree with when it like flowers, and after the seeds are sticky, and they stick onto some of these birds, who then fall to the ground and can't fly and die, and then the trees grow out of them, which is pretty gnarly. In these perfect conditions, unfortunately, the wind and chop started to grow. The casualties of war with the ocean. I actually haven't had the cooker fall out when it's been in that spot before. Everything just came out. I think I went over 45 degrees. It was a long way over. It's chilled out a bit now, but it's pretty rolly. That was pretty funny. The further line let loose for the first time, and so I've now got it around a cleat. It got tangled, so I couldn't furl it in, so I had to go to the front, and there was like these crap waves coming through. So I got it all sorted. I got to the front, unwrapped the lines, got it furled in, and then I looked at the map where we were, and I'll put it up. But there's this weird ass thing, and it says area to be avoided. And so I guess I should have done that. Yeah, the second half of the day's been as you can probably see. Just sitting in the rain, getting bashed around by waves, exhausted. I don't know, 2 out of 10 stars. 3, because it could be worse, I guess, by quite a long way. So 3 out of 10 stars for the second part of the day. So I made it to Heron Island, which is great. And then what's not so great is the mooring that I had pinned a lot of hopes on is epically bad. It's really rocky. It's got wind versus tide, and that mooring ball there is like a magnet to this hull. It's just like I've just been driving back and forth, and everywhere I go, it managed to be like boom, 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 trying to crack my boat open. Oh, damn. It's been out of for the last hour. I went out and tried to motor around to encourage its progress to leave, and then it went ape shit. Like, went all the way out the side of the boat and then got into the motor well. It took ages to get it away from me. Now so it taught me its lesson. Thankfully, I'd later learn how to remedy this problem. So putting the blue moorings in my dinghy has stopped it from bashing my hull and waking me up. Hot tip. That was nice. Had a swim, The seas are flat, so I'm about to go behind a reef, and the winds are nice and light, which I'm starting to realise is exactly what I like. Not because of the wind, but because of the chop. So far, a great start to the day. Yeah. Night was pretty rough. Whew. But when the winds died off and the tide dropped, it was heaps better, and I got a bit of sleep, so that was really nice. And now leaving the further out Barrier Reef and heading into Hummocky Island, which is exciting. It's got really good protection from the south, so hopefully going to sleep there for a couple of nights. And do some errands and chill out. So there wasn't enough wind today, so I've changed my plan. Because if I would either have to just motor into for 8 hours or 9 hours, which I heaps am not into, to get to Hummocky in the light, because I'm only going 2.5, 3 knots. So I decided instead to go to Northwest Island. I didn't know these super yachts left their marinas. Little harbours. That one has a helicopter on the top of it. Oh my god. That is... I actually heard that helicopter yesterday. I thought it must have been a rescue chopper or some kind of government chopper or something. But that's obscene. In the spirit of one good and one bad, it's been a delightful sail. It's been so nice. The chop from yesterday just kind of died down over the last 3 hours or something, I guess, with the wind kind of chilling out, and it's just been so lovely, just kind of chilling, doing 4.5 knots without any problems, looking at beautiful islands around. So yeah, and also getting a bit of sun, so that's good, getting a bit of amps in. Yeah, and so I think I've decided I got a weird little I got a weather report from the Garmin InReach, which is notoriously unreliable, but it's got a lot of weird stuff in it. It's going to change north for a while, and that's also, I kind of remember, it is going to rain a bunch tomorrow. And now I'm at Northwest Island. I'm only 30 miles, not 40 miles now, from Hummocky Island. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, and also the wind has picked up, so I'm going to come in, hopefully find, there's a public mooring on the island, hopefully find that, and then go for a quick snorkel, and then continue on to Hummocky, because I've also been reading up that it's sand at Hummocky, so even if I get in a bit late, it should be okay. After anchoring in sand, I took my packraft into Northwest Island. I had a really good time exploring. It's that kind of archetypal white sand tropical island with lots of good beaches and some really lovely coral. After leaving Northwest Island, some really good wind propelled me around 6 knots, but then unfortunately the wind died away just leaving shop. This is pretty funny. I just had a real hard time putting down the main, and I was using that, and it was not doing very well. I'm motoring, and I always feel guilty when I motor, and I was like, oh, looks like there's wind. There's no wind at all. It's just crappy chop. It's no wind. It's just the remnants of wind with maybe a sprinkle of wind on top, but 99% chop. There's actually nothing in it. You wouldn't think it looking at it. It looks like a stormy sea with wind in it. But especially if I want to go any direction close to the island I'm aiming at, and not tack throughout the night and through the storm, I'm going to clean that horrible flaking job up. It actually makes sense just to put them away and motor the last 7 miles, unfortunately. But I had a real good run, but sometimes it's just not worth flopping around in a sea that was and going nowhere. Good friend of mine said that everything always adds up to 0. It does. just at the moment, it's just like big sums. It's like 10 minus 10. Yesterday was so bad, the night. It was just comically bad. It was just like, you get like 15 minutes of sleep a night, like between little rests. The northerly just straight up just was very rude. I've had a nice morning just reading books and chilling out, and now I'm on this beautiful island. No one else here. It's just me. I've had to go ahead and finish my tea and go and explore. Hummocky was a real gem and made the end to a really amazing part of this trip.